John Henson.
Jamie McCoy.
Danette.
Andrew.
Matt.
Jennifer.
Matt.
The National Collegiate Athletic Association, or known as the NCAA, has made $1 billion just last year. And just from the sports athletics bringing in money, they made $12 billion annually. So that's $13 billion just from last year. And so college sports, it's a big business money-making machine, basically. And they're using young men and women sports to mainly make most of their money. They also make their money by signing TV deals. They just signed one, I think it was a 10-year deal worth 18 billion with CBS. There are many pros why the NCAA should allow a players union to be announced, so players can have rights and stuff. The typical D1 football athlete, they practice around 43 to 45 hours a week, and that's 5 more hours a week than an average American working a full-time job. So the reason is, why shouldn't they get paid if they're working more hours than most people in the United States? If they get paid, this would provide really for their families for paying for the little things or anything like that. Now the NCAA doesn't allow players to sell their autographs or go to meetings to get paid. This would allow the players to get a little bit more money for food, clothes, or whatever they need. This would also allow student athletes to stay in college longer. Right now, this is mainly a big deal in basketball. There's a lot of freshmen that are one and done, and this would allow a lot more athletes to stay and get their full degree before going into the pros. The NCAA doesn't allow the schools doesn't require the schools to cover the cost for the athlete's injuries. So let's say an athlete has a significant injury and the surgery is $10,000. The NCAA doesn't pay for any of that, so that it comes out of pocket for the athlete. They do rehab at the facilities at the college, but they don't pay for the surgery. So that's $10,000 out of pocket, and most college students don't have $10,000 to spend on a surgery, so most likely they'll be in debt. So if the NCAA let players to start players union, this could lead to many things. College athletes, they get paid by free tuition, free living. They get free food vouchers to spend every month or week. So there's their food and living prices and their tuition. They also get free stuff from the university, such as clothes, pants, shoes, hats. They get a bunch of equipment for being a student athlete at the university. This could change the aspect of the game. The NCAA has been around for over 108 years, and they have never paid any of their athletes. This would also turn into the difference between an amateur and a professional. Of course, a professional is someone getting paid for doing a sport or anything like that, and this would make them a professional in the college level. For less popular sports, they might be going away because if they're not getting the money to the school, they're not going to have enough money to pay the athletes, which leads to the athletes not coming to their school. So let's say soccer doesn't have enough money to pay their players, there goes the soccer program at that university. After doing online research, I found from the Business Insider the 3-year average at the football program at the University of Oklahoma makes $73.3 million, compared to the 3-year average of the women basketball at OU that makes $2.2 million. I thought that was an interesting fact. And I also found on the same website that the University of Michigan football program makes $87 million on a 3-year average, and the women's basketball team makes $300,000 on a 3-year average. So that's a huge difference between $87 million and $300,000. The private institutions would increase tuition for non-athletic students or anything like that. So not as many people would come in to the school or anything, so they would lose some money from that. There would be a lot of conflict between the union and or the students and the college, university. This can also lead for not as good as life for a non-athlete at the university or anything like that. Another website that I found from the growingleaders.com. If the union idea catches on, players from all sports of the NCAA programs could join a players' union. At first, it might appear to be a wonderful justice for the young and talented men and women who work hard to play Division I sports. However, if the union follows the path as many others in history, we will soon see lockouts, negotiating for more money, and a free agent attitude. In short, you'll have a very mindset that you hate in pro sports. Rich players who don't play for the love of the game, but play for the reward that they receive. So there's many different ways, many different benefits from the unionizing college sports. The pros, they work really hard. They put in a lot of effort to play the sport, so why shouldn't they get paid? Again, with their injury, to have some money on the side just in case if something unexpected happens in their life. And having more students stay longer and getting their degrees. But there are some more reasons why they shouldn't be unionized in college sports. They're already getting paid a lot of money from their tuition and their free meal vouchers and all that stuff. They also, the tuition for all the other students would most likely go up and everything. But yeah, thank you.